Hello, it's Michael Bosacue, Global Affairs Analyst. I'm now in Shevchenko Park in Odessa, and as you can see, nightfall is coming. Very little signs of electricity. That isn't because of the barrage of missile strikes that hit Ukraine today. In all, there were 76 missiles, of which about 60 were shot down. However, the 16 or so that managed to make it to the ground caused quite significant damage to the power infrastructure. So this is a fresh wave of Russian missiles, one of several that have struck over the past week, and it's really pounding away at critical infrastructure, heating, power, and water supply. Ukraine has a centralized system, we were just told in a media briefing at the Ukrainian Media Center here in Odessa. Hence, when there is a strike on critical infrastructure, it tends to spread around the country quite quickly. As far as we know, Odessa was not hit today. However, there are power outages behind me. There's a major intersection without any electricity. No, the traffic lights aren't working. Kiev is in relatively rough shape. The subway system, the trains are not running until the end of the day at least, and the metro stations are being used as bomb shelters. We are also told that Kharkiv has endured colossal, in the words of one official there, damage to its critical infrastructure. Kryvyi Rih, which also happens to be the hometown President Volodymyr Zelensky, was quite badly hit. In fact, there were 2 deaths there and 5 injured. So it was quite a difficult morning nationwide in Ukraine. And what was interesting this time is instead of using the waves of Iranian-built drones, the Russians used longer-range missiles, including from long-range bombers. So I read that that's the first time they've been used here in Ukraine. So if this continues and the weather does get colder, it will be very difficult on people. I spoke to a restaurant owner yesterday. She has one of the most well-known restaurants here in Odessa, and they're down to opening just from Thursday to Sunday, and that is with relatively few menu items. A generator, a proper one, will cost $10,000 upwards, so it's out of reach of a lot of smaller businesses here. But as you can see, people are going about their lives. A lot of kids were out today going towards the stadium behind me. And that is the kind of predominant spirit of Ukrainians here. Get on with your lives. Don't get down on yourselves. Keep on going. And it's, as I like to say, a kind of irrepressible resilience that you see all over here. You know, I have to say, at one of my other videos earlier in the week, getting around at night is very difficult if you're a pedestrian. Even if you're a driver, I spoke to some shared driving services drivers, and they told me it's very tough to see pedestrians, and you have to be very careful going through intersections when the lights aren't working. Even at the best of times, the streets are difficult to navigate as a pedestrian in many Ukrainian cities. So when it gets dark, you have to be extremely careful. Finally, kind of interesting anecdote I picked up of TikTok is that when people do have electricity at home, they do their laundry, their cooking, and so on, makeup, what have you. And some of them don't want to leave the house while they have electricity because it's, such a treat to have it. So it goes to show you how that's affecting people on a personal kind of basis. So that's my report for now. More to come in the coming days and weeks, of course. And michaelbosacue.com, and follow me on Twitter at World Affairs Pro. Thanks very much. Have a nice day.